Hello everyone and welcome to the sideboard here in Orlando. I am Glenn Jones and I'm just here to bring you guys a little bit of a report from the sales floor. Obviously we don't have a Legacy Open this weekend, so most of the card sales have been standard. By large, the card sales have been standard. And what's really been interesting is just seeing the sideboard cards that are selling out especially, and some of the just diversity is not really there. The decks that are selling the best, just all of the cards from them, red-based aggressive decks are doing very well. Both Mono Red and Naya Blitz are really popular in the room. So we've been sold out of Searing Spear and Volcanic Strength, which is a popular sideboard option for those decks against Thragtusk. We're, I think, all out of the copies of that card that we brought. So we've definitely got a lot of the red-based aggressive decks showing up, and they're doing okay from what I've seen at the top tables. I know they've begun to butt into each other, and that's going to kind of, weed them out over the course of the day. The other big deck, obviously Reanimator, a smattering of cards that see play in that archetype, in addition to others, like Restoration Angel and Obsidat. Really good in Reanimator, also seeing play in a lot of other decks, of course. They're always going to be strong standard sellers. Obsidat's really on the way up right now due to his ability to just turn around Esper and control matchups, and how good he is as an answer to himself when people bring him in. We've definitely seen a lot of different Obsidat decks out there, from black, red, white to I've even seen some Junless trying to splash him in, obviously Junk, Esper. Pretty interesting to see him popping up. The sideboard cards showing up for Junk: Purify the Grave and Acidic Slime. Those are the two big ones that we've been selling. Acidic Slime is even making its way into a number of main boards. I've seen it in Junk Reanimator's main deck. I've seen it in Bant's main deck. One player, Mark Nestico, is actually playing Bant along with Acidic Slimes and Clones in the main deck. I know I talked to John Cuvalier about a similar idea he's hoping to play on Sunday, but Mark started off undefeated with Clone and Acidic Slime in what was otherwise a pretty traditional Prime Speaker Bant shell. So that's a pretty exciting shift that we haven't really seen before, and I'm hoping to get him on camera at some point here. We'll have to see how he's doing next round. Beyond that, honestly, not a lot of other decks are selling especially well. I've seen some control decks in the field, a variety of them, but they're not really doing a lot of action, and the big one that surprised me is Boros Reckoner. Boros Reckoner, he's definitely around, but he's not selling out at the booth, and the top decks don't really appear to be Reckoner decks. In fact, considering the preponderance of Naya Blitz and Mono Red aggro, you'd think that Boros Reckoner would be succeeding in the room, but really it's just all about Reanimator and these aggressive decks, and I think that maybe some of these aggressive decks are going to actually have an edge on Reanimator and be closing them out today. I know that's not what we're accustomed to. Centaur Healer usually does just a little too much work for Naya Blitz to get there, but you can only dodge the bullets so many times, and they eventually will just have all those Searing Spears and kill you. And like I said, Volcanic Strength also been very good against a traditional opponent for a lot of these decks in Naya and Jun, but obviously not that great against the Junk deck because it doesn't run any mountains. So I'm going to go ahead and throw to a break. We'll get right back to the booth with more Brad and Cedric for the next round of Standard.
SCG Live is brought to you by Star